William was ever here one Irume like Warirote, Iburu, Iboya, Ibochiche. Odu Otrupon Adakino, or Otrupon Iwori. This Odu speaks about Adaquino, which is the guardian of the treasures of Olofin in Olorum, in heaven. And there's a very specific pataki that encompasses Adaquino, which we'll get into in a little bit. However, this Odung, or the people that have this Odung as their life Odung in Awofaka or Ikofafun, Orula says in this Odung, to be careful, be wary of people that treat you with two faces, because this is an Odung of the imposter, which you'll see in a minute in this pataki. And this Odung, mafarefongo dudua, mafarefongo ya. In this sign, or rather this sign is governed by Orumila and Oya. Okay, mafarefongo Oya. Orula says the person with this Odung, male or female, has a high likelihood of having great afoshe, the ability to speak and manifest words into action, or to manifest ideas and sayings into existence. The person with this Odung also has a very strong connection with Egun, our ancestors, and has a gift for the ability to connect with the ancestors and in the spirit world. In this Odung, cold weather, oddly enough, cold weather is the enemy of Otrupon Adakino. It is beneficial for the person with this Odung to be in a warmer climate. This allows the person to better prosper in life and to be happier. Certain people with this Odung suffer from the lack of sun. Being from New York City myself, this is an actual thing, and I can't remember the terminology for this, but some people suffer when there's a lack of sun during the winter time. Otrupon Adakino is this type of person, where it is beneficial for this person to be in a warmer climate where the sun is more prevalent, as opposed to a climate where it's very cold during the winter and the sun is absent for a significant amount of time. In this Odung talks about two Eshus, Eshu Ayankolo and Eshu Iyang Biri, or Laye Bori. Okay. In this Odung talks about a Owolaka, which is the silver coin, which is in one of the Batakis, which I'll discuss in a moment. In this Odung, some of the secrets of this Odung are for the purpose of health, to restore health in a person that is, or maybe suffering from sickness, is to give Adia Meyi, Bubuya, or Bubua to Oya. Another secret of this Odung for prosperity and stability is to feed Orumila with Oya en la puerta, Chile con ile, every so often. As well as, in this Odung, is to unyen elenum eye bale adiameyi con Oya. I will not elaborate on that. Also in this Odung, it is beneficial for the person to have silver coins, or at least one silver coin inside their awofaka or ikofafun. If you're an awo, you should have Owolaka inside Ifa. In this Odung is also the reason why, and you don't see this a lot anymore, a lot of the older Awos will throw a coin, a silver coin, on the floor when we're doing divination for Egun. Now you may have seen this when we do divination for the Orisha, and that has a different purpose. But the purpose for divination for Egun and throwing a coin on the floor is born in this Odung, Otrupon Adakino. Some of the taboos of this Odung, or one of the main ones of this Odung, is to be very careful what you receive as gifts from people. Be very wary of receiving colognes or perfumes, scarves or clothing, as well as flowers. Orumila says your enemies can lace these items with ogu, which could be a detriment to you. Okay. Orumila says in this odrun, that there is a big ire awaiting this person that may or may have not materialized itself. But Orumila says, as this ire comes closer to this person, Iku gets closer to this person. And as a result, this ire moves away. So it's important for this person, the person who has this Odu, male or female, to work with their padrino, to work with Egun, to work with Oya, to resolve any outstanding religious obligations, any ebos, any pending ebos, so on and so forth, to ensure success and to ensure this ire enters your life and to maintain it. Padaki. There were 3 horsemen who desired to embark on a great journey, a pilgrimage really. And it was advised, or they were advised by locals where they lived, to go see Orumila for osode, for consultation. They were reluctant, but they went. And Orula saw their Odu Otrupon Adakino. And Orula told them, you guys need to do ebo, because if you don't do ebo, one of you is going to die on your way, on your journey. They were very hesitant, very pessimistic. They laughed and said, okay, sure. They went on their way. When they got to where they were going, there was a party, a social gathering. And they entered this party and they enjoyed themselves. But during the course of their amusement, one of those 3 men passed away. Needless to say, the remaining horsemen were embarrassed. They were told by Orumila to perform a bow to avoid death, and death found them. So they returned to their home with their friend who had passed away, but they tied him to a horse so that he would sit erect as if he were alive, to try to fool Orumila to say, hey, look, see, we're all here, we're all alive. But Orumila, all knowing the truth, he saw that this would happen. So he said, listen, you guys can't fool me. I know one of you didn't make it. Now you all must do ebo. And if you don't do ebo, you both will die one after the other. In another Pataki, Adaquino was the guardian of the treasures of Olofin. He became very ambitious and quite self-centered, to where he wanted more owo, more money. So he devised a plan to steal Olofin's money. Awolaka fadaka, or polopo to be exact, silver. So Adaquino took Olofin's silver and he lined his pockets with the silver and his clothing and so on and so forth. So later on, Lade Orun, which was the treasurer of Olofin, came looking for the money. He had a order of requisition for money from Olofin, and when he went to the place where the money was, it was gone. So when Olofin found out, he was very angry, and he asked Adaquino where the money was, as he was the guardian. Adaquino had the attitude, well, I don't know where it is. Why would I know? Why would you know? Because you're the guardian. And as Adaquino was in the process of swearing allegiance to Olofin and swearing on Egun and other Orishas, and even on Olofin, that he did not take the money, Awolaka Gang fell out of his pocket. 1 silver coin fell out of his pocket. Well, Adaquino didn't notice, but Olofin noticed. So he allowed Adaquino to continue to pray and to swear on Egun and Orisha that he had not taken the money. He allowed him to finish, and then he told Adaquino, I don't want you here, you have no place here. And he literally, physically kicked him out of Oru, or Lorun, heaven. At the same time, in the land of Takwa, Oya was meeting with the elders of a town to discuss the health of an Oba, a king of that town, of Takwa, who was very ill. All of a sudden, Adaquino landed on the ground, face down, flat on the ground. And they were amazed, like, where did this person come from? He just fell from the sky. All of a sudden, Adaquino became not possessed, but the spirit of Orumila inhabited his brain and told them exactly what was going on. He had never been there before. He says, this is going on with your king, blah, 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 blah. You need to instruct your Oba to lay flat, face down on the mat, and to give 2 adie, 2 hens, to Oya after Unsarayeye. After he cleans his body, give it to Oya. They did that. They thanked Adaquino and they gave him a lot of money. And he went on his way. He pretended that he was Orumila, but it wasn't. It was Orumila testing his character, bestowing upon him his ashe. But he became an imposter. So the king, the Oba, regained his health and, made a full recovery. And Adaquino went on his way. So there's many messages in this Odu. Orumila tells the people with this Odu not to pretend that you are someone else that you are not. Not to steal, because eventually you get caught. And it is better to be humble and to earn your money rather than take what is not yours. William Irizarry here, Wani Orumila, Worirote, Iboru, Iboya, Ibochiche.